Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Continuing our top 15 series, we've got something special lined up for you today. I know so many of you have been asking for a customer reviews analysis for this one. Well, we're finally doing it. But before we get into that, don't forget to check this exclusive discount for it. You can find the link in both the video description and the top comment below. Now let's not waste any more time and jump right into the details.
Starting things off, our first reviewer gives us their perspective.
This reviewer, an IT professional with extensive experience in networking, was on a mission to solve a common household problem, Wi-Fi dead spots. Despite trying various solutions, from adding a second router to investing in a powerful standalone unit, coverage remained inconsistent. Outdoor security cameras would frequently drop their connection, and more importantly, the signal wouldn't reach certain areas of the house, making for a frustrating experience. The search for a better solution led them to explore mesh networking technology. After considerable research into the top consumer systems, our reviewer narrowed the choice down to two leading options. The first system they tried, a popular and easy-to-use competitor, ultimately failed because it couldn't reliably connect to some of their older smart home devices, including a smart thermostat and security cameras. This appeared to be a common compatibility issue with devices that strictly require a 2.4 GHz frequency. This is where this particular mesh router proved to be the superior choice. While it also simplifies things by default, it crucially offers an advanced setting to separate the 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz bands into two distinct networks. By doing this, our reviewer was able to force the problematic smart devices onto the dedicated 2.4 GHz network, which completely resolved all connectivity issues. This flexibility was the deciding factor. Since making the switch, the system has been incredibly reliable, blanketing the entire two-story home and even the yard with a strong, seamless signal. For anyone who values both high performance and the advanced control needed to ensure all their devices work properly, this system was the perfect fit.
Let's start by delving into the insights shared by our first reviewer.
This reviewer found setting up this mesh system to be a fairly straightforward process, though they note that their prior experience with home networking was a definite advantage. Before even starting, this client highly recommends taking a moment to prepare. A key piece of advice is to jot down the unique serial and recovery numbers printed on the bottom of each unit, as the tiny font can be hard to read. A reviewer also found it helpful to pre-assign and label each router for its intended room, like the office or living room, which simplified things later on. The entire installation is managed through a smartphone app, not a computer, which walks you through each step. The first unit took a little time to connect and establish the new home network, a process that involves creating a new Wi-Fi name and a strong password. However, once that main hub was up and running, adding the other nodes was incredibly easy. They just plugged them in, and the app recognized and integrated them into the mesh network in minutes. The end result was a massive upgrade over their previous single router setup. Our reviewer was left with a rock-solid, strong Wi-Fi signal throughout their entire house, with no dropouts in the days following the installation. The only real chore in the whole process was the final step, manually reconnecting every single smart device to the new network. From TVs and printers to laptops and thermostats, each one needed the new password entered. While a bit tedious, it was a one-time task that our reviewer felt was well worth it for a vastly improved and reliable home internet experience.
Awesome. Let's hear what our next reviewer has to share about their experience.
This reviewer recently upgraded their home internet service to gigabit and decided it was time to ditch their older wireless router for something more modern. Their house is a two-story place, around 2,300 square feet, so coverage was a key concern. They replaced an older Apple router with this mesh Wi-Fi system, hoping for better speed and coverage. The performance boost was significant. Our reviewer ran speed tests throughout the house, comparing the old router to both a single node and a two-node setup of this new system. In the same room as the router, speeds more than doubled. Even better, the new system provided a much stronger signal in other parts of the house. The client noted how even with just one node, speeds were far superior to the old router, and adding a second node drastically improved performance on the floor below the main router. Qualitatively, this client immediately noticed the improvement in Wi-Fi responsiveness throughout the house and even into the yard. Videos loaded faster, and everything just felt snappier. Compared to other mesh systems, our reviewer did briefly try another system and had to return it due to compatibility issues with their ISP, but they feel like this one outperformed it anyway. This client considered other brands too, but chose this one based on aesthetics and price. However, setup wasn't perfect, the app was a bit slow, and the color it used to indicate connection status was a bit ambiguous. There was also a bug encountered when adding the second node, requiring some fiddling around with firmware updates to get everything working smoothly. Despite those initial setup hiccups, this client concludes that the upgrade to this mesh Wi-Fi system was well worth it, really unlocking the potential of their gigabit internet and providing vastly improved Wi-Fi coverage.
That's a wrap. If you enjoyed this, drop a like and subscribe for more. Got thoughts? Let's chat in the comments. See you in the next one.